Hey everyone. I want you to see a different side of me. This is Joe, Doc MLM Terry. It's Father's Day and I'm appreciating my family, and I just want you guys to see a different side of me than someone who's trying to build a multi-level marketing organization or a network marketing business or just trying to make money. So right now I'd like to recite a poem for you that's very meaningful to me because it is featured in an episode of Star Trek. I think it was the first season, an episode called The Ultimate Computer, in which a black man was held up as the brilliant Dr. Richard Daystrom, who created M5, the ultimate computer. And I have to tell you, when I saw that episode, it was originally aired in 1968, I believe. It changed my life. It galvanized my interest in computers. I was 9 years old, and from that day forward, I became the quintessential computer nerd. I wrote games. I wrote for the TI 99.4A, which was sold by on TV by Bill Cosby, if you remember that, the original home computer. I wrote games for the Apple IIe, the Apple IIc, the Trash 80 as we called it, TRS 80, Atari 400, 800. I later developed software for the web, and got involved in the web in 1996, and have been working on the web ever since, in various capacities and various languages. And so that episode of Star Trek is very important to me. There's a URL in the notes for this video, Theid, THEIDD.com. Theid. It's a reference to the id, which is a concept from the writings of Sigmund Freud, regarding the deepest part of ourselves that is untamed and untamable. In a science fiction movie called Forbidden Planet, from the 50s, there was a race of people called the Krell, who invented a machine that amplified their thoughts and allowed them to materialize any object that they could imagine. But for all of their genius and brilliance, the one thing that they could never know was killing them were, as it's called in the movie, monsters from the id. This movie has had a great and powerful influence on me as well. And so if you will visit the id, or Theid, I call him, or it, but I call him a him. Theid, I intend to bring to life like Dr. Richard Daystrom brought M5 to life. And so, now on to the poem. This poem is called Sea Fever, by a gentleman by the name of John Masefield. And I encourage you to look it up and look him up, and look up the original writer of the screenplay for Star Trek's episode The Ultimate Computer, D.C. Fontana, Dorothy Fontana, a legendary science fiction writer and television scriptwriter in Hollywood for science fiction television, like Deep Space Nine and many others, and of course Star Trek. Sea Fever. I must down to the seas again, to the lonely sea and the sky, and all I ask is a tall ship and a star to steer her by, and the wheels kick, and the wind's song, and the white sails shaking, and a gray mist on the sea's face, and a gray dawn breaking. I must down to the seas again, for the call of the running tide is a wild call, and a clear call that may not be denied. And all I ask is a windy day, with the white clouds flying, and the flung spray, and the blown spume, and the seagulls crying. I must down to the seas again, to the vagrant gypsy life, to the gull's way, and the whale's way, where the wind's like a whetted knife. All I ask is a merry yarn from a laughing fellow rover, and quiet sleep, and a sweet dream when the long trick's over. By John Masefield, 1878 to 1967. I would say that I consider this poem very much similar to any poem or any piece of literature or music that tends to talk about the short and fleeting nature of life. We start off with such great intentions, we start off with such great energy, but when we near the middle parts of life, we realize that much more could have been done with the time that passed. And I feel that this one is very similar to Time by Pink Floyd, in that rabbits run, running around. I forget the lyrics running till the sun comes up again. Over and over, we repeat the same efforts, and eventually, time has gone. So, with that, I leave you with a happy Father's Day poem. I hope you will check out theed.com, which is a great dream of mine. And I hope this gives you a little insight into who Joe Doc MLM Terry really is. Thank you.